It's like right now, everyone is angry. If you go to Burkina Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traore is sacking France and saying, no, we'll manage our gold ourselves. France is angry. Burkina Faso is angry. You go to Ghana, President Mahama is saying that now we'll manage our own gold ourselves. They've sacked Anglo Gold. They've sacked the Americans from managing Anglo Gold. America is angry. They've changed their travel advisory to Ghana. Now they are saying Ghana is no longer safe. Ghana is angry. America is angry. You go to the US, Trump and China, tariff war, this percent, ISIS. Trump is deporting some people, even those with green cards. It's like everyone is angry. And when you come to the UK as well, it's like Home Office is angry. It's like the Prime Minister is angry. It's like the Home Secretary is angry. They are saying they're going to double the qualifying period to get ILR from 5 years to 10 years. What is happening? This particular topic is of very, 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 very much interest to me. And although people know that, yes, I'm British now, I have my British passport, this particular update with immigration in the UK affects lots of people that are very dear to me. Okay, friends, family, and so many other people. And my audience here on YouTube as well. So this is of critical importance. But guys, do we actually know the details about this? People are saying, hey, it's now 10 years. Hey, but what are the details, guys? The white paper that was released yesterday on the 12th of May 2025. Guys, it's over 80 pages. I don't think any of you has actually read all 80 pages. And personally, I have skimmed through. I have still not read all 80 pages. That is why this video is going to be in about 2 or 3 parts. But the first part, which is this video, is going to tackle the ILR, which has now changed from 5 years to 10 years. That's what do we know about it? What are all the details that have been said about this so far? That's what I'm going to tackle. And in subsequent, videos, which I am hopeful that I'll upload this week, I would actually go through the 80-page document and then, give you update on exactly what has been said with the other things as well. This affects everybody, guys. Stay tuned. Stop that. So as you all know, usually when you come to the UK on a skilled worker visa, you would have to stay in the UK for 5 years, and then you write, let's say, the life in the UK test, you prove that you're proficient in English and all of that, you apply for your ILR, and after that, you wait for 12 months, you apply to naturalize, or you apply for British citizenship, and then you get your passport. Okay, so the whole journey takes about 6 years, and it's very expensive. And already we have been crying about this. We have been signing petitions that, especially for healthcare workers, they should reduce it from 5 years to 3 years and all of that. And it has all fallen on deaf ears. Now, not only did they not listen to us, they are actually doubling the qualifying period from 5 years to 10 years. I don't understand. I don't get it. Now, why? Why are they doing this? So we all know that the UK government is thinking that they have failed when it comes to immigration. Apparently, when you check net migration, it's almost hit 1 million. Okay, it almost hit 1 million. The number of people that came to the UK and never returned was almost 1 million. And to them, that was really, really concerning because, one, it is putting pressure on the existing facilities. People are coming to claim asylum and all of that. They are saying that they are not seeing any massive growth in terms of their economy. Okay, although the number of people that keep coming are increased, they are not seeing any massive growth in their economy. So it is not like immigration is proportional to economic growth. No, they are not seeing anything like that. So they have to put a stop to all of this. So they're trying to toughen immigration rules and visas and all of that to make it very difficult for people to come into the country, to stay. Now, as part of the things that they are doing is this. When I heard it, my first question was, who is it affecting? Is it affecting those who are yet to come? Or is it affecting people who are already in the country? Or what? And when is it coming into effect? Is it affecting somebody who's due to apply tomorrow? Somebody hits the 5-year mark tomorrow. Is this person going to be affected? Or is it affecting from next year? Who is it affecting? These are questions that were, on my mind ever since I heard that. Now, what do we know so far about this? Now, in the white paper, this is the official document that has laid out everything that they are doing to control their borders, okay? They've brought out something called End Settlement Module. So now, they are saying that becoming settled in the UK is not a right. The fact that you have stayed here for 5 years, you have paid your taxes, you have paid your NI, and you don't have any criminal record, and you have passed the life in the UK test, does not mean you have the right to get settled status. They said that now it is a privilege, it's not a right. It is a privilege. So you'd have to earn it, and you have to prove that you should earn that thing, settlement. And now they are going to mirror the principles of the point-based system in terms of getting settlement in the UK. Now, what is the point-based system? So initially, right, back in the day, and I have a video on the point-based system for skilled worker visas, that's many years ago, right? So when they say point-based system, they are going to come out with, let's say, to get settled status, you should earn, let's say, 20 points. And then they will say, okay, if you have IELTS of, let's say, 777, that's 5 points. If you have contributed to, let's say, taxes in the last 5 years, let's say, that earns you another 5 points. Then they will say, okay, if you're between the ages of this and this, and you work in the health sector, that earns you this point. And so they are going to mirror the principles of the points-based system, okay? And then before you are able to earn this particular this settled status in the UK. As to the things that you need to be able to get that points that you need to get the settled status, it has not been released yet. All they are telling us is that they are doubling it from 5 years to 10 years before you can even become settled, and they are going to mirror the point-based system. You should earn a certain number of points based on your situation before you can get it. It is no more right. Also, they said they are going to change the way the Life in the UK test is. As to whether it is going to be an interview now or whether it is now going to be a written exam instead of the multiple choice, we do not know. When is it going to come into effect? We do not know. But there was, should I say, a caveat. They are saying that. However, let me read. They are saying that the Life in the UK test and staying in the UK for 5 years alone is not enough. Let me read exactly what they wrote. They said, these criteria alone do not reflect our strongly held belief that people should contribute to the economy and society before gaining settled status in our country. And they fail to promote integration, which limits the wider benefits from long-term migration into the UK and increase pressure on public services. So we will therefore reform the current rules around settlement through an expansion of the principle behind the point-based system that individuals should earn their right to privileged immigration status in the UK through the long-term contribution they bring to our country. So contributing 5 years working in the NHS is not enough. Apparently, clearly, that's what they think. Okay. Now they are saying that this expansion of the point-based system will increase the standard qualifying period for settlement to 10 years. However, listen to this. The only people who are excluded from this, listen to this. They're saying that we will continue to offer a shorter pathway to settlement for non-UK dependent of British citizens to 5 years, okay, provided they have remained compliant with their requirements, and we will retain existing safeguards to protect the vulnerable, including settlement rights for victims of and domestic violence and abuse. Then they also said that through the points-based system, individuals will have the opportunity to reduce the qualifying period based on the point-based contributions to the UK economy and society. We will consult on these changes later in this year. Now, they are saying so many things. Obviously, I've explained the first part, and they're saying that, however, if you are the spouse of a British citizen, for you will continue to have the shorter pathway, that's 5 years, to settlement. So if you're married to somebody who has a passport, for you don't have to wait for 10 years. It will still be 5 years. Okay. Also, people who are victims of domestic violence and abuse, for them as well, if obviously you're able to prove it, right? Maybe you've had a situation in court and all of that, for you as well, you have a shorter pathway of just 5 years and not 10 years. And then they are saying that now you can also get the opportunity to reduce the number of years based on how much you have contributed to the UK economy and how much you've contributed to economic growth in the UK in general. And they're going to do this through the point-based system. So let's say you have only spent 5 years, yet you meet or you're able to get all the points that you need to get the settled status, then you can apply. Okay, so there'll also be a way for you to apply even if you haven't reached the 10 years yet, okay? If you are able to meet all those points that they are going to come out with in future. So let's say if you've worked in the health sector for more than 3 years, you've paid, let's say, taxes of this, let's say you had IELTS of this level. I'm just coming up with possible things that could contribute to the point-based system for settlements, right? So you get 10 years, you get 10 years. So let's say you're not even 10 years yet in the UK. However, you missed all that point. You have all the things that will give you the points to apply for settled status. They can give you settled status for that as well, even though you may have not reached the 10 years, okay? So it all depends on how much you have contributed to the society and to the UK economy. Okay, now they are also saying that they will consult on these things later. So they are going to actually think on it, okay, think about all of these things and see exactly what they should include in the points-based system for the end settlement module, okay, and then they'll come up with it later. They're also saying that they're going to give the people the voice as an us to also make contributions to it as well, just like they did with the IELTS, okay. Remember they said they wanted to reduce the IELTS for those that are coming to work in the UK to work as nurses. They actually gave the public the chance to also give their opinion on it, on whether it should be reduced or not and what should happen, okay. So that's what they are going to do, and we don't know exactly when, okay. However, they are saying that even as we wait for that thing to happen where people will give their opinion and experts will contribute to all of this, in the meantime these things will happen. Listen, they are saying that whilst we develop and implement the new end settlement module, we will make further changes to the settlement rules in the near term. These include: 1, the creation of a new bereaved parent route, allowing those in the UK on the route of a parent of a British or settled child, but who have tragically lost their child, to settle immediately, okay? And also ensuring that children who have been in the UK for some time and then they turn 18 and discover they do not have status are fully supported and able to regularize their status and settle. This will also include a clear pathway for those children in care and care leavers. Okay, so they are saying that although they are yet to decide on the point-based system, what will contribute to you earning the settlement status and all of that, for the meantime now, if your route to settlement is because of your child, okay, and then your child dies. So there are some people that are not UK citizens, however, let's say because they have a child who, let's say, other parent is a British citizen, so the child is British or the child is settled, right? And let's say the child dies. You, this parent who is now grieving your child, they'll give you a route where you can become British immediately. So it's like sort of like a consolation for you because you've lost your British child. So something like that, right? And then they're also saying that children who have been in the UK, let's say they entered, like, let's say on a visit visa, right? And they were able to go to school and all of that. And suddenly they turn 18 and they realize that, hey, they were illegal in the first place through no fault of theirs. Like the lady I interviewed some years ago who was brought in on a visit visa, she had no idea that she was illegal. She didn't even know what illegal means. She was just living, going to school and all of that. She only realized she was illegal when she was going to the university and they told her that she's illegal. Okay, so for some people like that, it was through no fault of theirs. So for such people as well, they'll introduce something where the child can now, you know, get citizenship immediately because they've lived here all their life. They don't know anywhere else, you know, and then, you know, to get citizenship for these children as well. So in the interim, these are the things that they have put in place. Now, aside the end settlements module, they also have what we call earned citizenship. So it's not like after you've earned the settlement, after you have gotten all the points you need through the new points-based system settlement module, you automatically qualify to get passports. There's also an earned citizenship module. What is this? They are saying that we will introduce reforms to citizenship to align to earned settlement reforms, building on the expansion of the point-based system to settlement and citizenship. So it's also going to mimic the point-based system as well. Similar to the end settlement, we will increase the standard qualifying period and expand the point-based system to allow those with greater contributions to qualify sooner. We will also conduct a refresh of the Life in the UK test and how it operates. Finally, we will consider measures to reduce the financial barriers to young adults who have lived here through their childhood from accessing British nationality. So young adults who have lived here almost all their lives, when it's time for them to apply for British citizenship, they would reduce the financial, burden because it's expensive, okay, for such people. And they're going to refresh the Life in the UK test in general. And then they're also going to use a point-based system to let you qualify to apply for citizenship, even after you have qualified for settlement. As to what will entail in the point-based system, that is what we do not know. As to when this will come into effect, that's what we do not know. As to the kind of people this will affect, we do not know, okay? But what we know very well is that they are very concerned with the number of people that are going to qualify for British citizenship in the next few years. They are very, very concerned about it because if you heard Kemi Badenoch, I'll leave you the video on the screen.
From next year, 2 million immigrants could automatically claim British citizenship. 2 million people. That's nearly twice the population of Birmingham. That's massive. We've introduced a deportation bill because we're committed to bringing immigration down. Back in February, we demanded Labour triple the time for new immigrants to get a British passport. They voted it down. And now they've brought in some half-assed version that's not going to work. Here's what will work. Deport all foreign criminals. Mandatory age checks. No more pretending to be kids. Tougher visa rules and salary thresholds. Disapply the Human Rights Act to immigration cases. No more abusing human rights laws to dodge deportations. Make asylum support repayable. And no permanent right to stay in the UK if you've relied on benefits. Until that's law, we won't fix this. Labour should adopt it now. It's time to get tough. That's what the Conservatives' deportation bill delivers. And we're going to go further. Our country is a home, not a hotel. And if we don't defend it, no one else will.
She mentioned that very soon, I think in the next few years, millions of people are going to qualify for British citizenship, and it's like they don't want it. So it's very possible it's going to affect people who are already in the UK. I think, I'm not sure, okay? But usually when they introduce such things, it affects people who are yet to enter the country. So guys, when it comes to the qualifying period of the ILR being doubled to 10 years, this is all that it entails. One, now is going to be point-based, okay? The fact that you have passed, you have lived here 5 years, and then you write life in the UK test does not qualify you. It has to be point-based. You have to prove that you have contributed to the economy and the society of the UK in general, and they're going to refresh the life in the UK test. However, if you are in the UK and your partner is a British citizen, you're married to a British citizen, for you still enjoy the 5 years route. Also, if you are a parent and if you are not a citizen of the UK, however, your child was settled or your child was British and you lose the child tragically, they would let you enjoy the shorter route to settlement, okay? And for children who find out only when they are 18 that they are illegal, they also help them in getting their British citizenship, and they reduce the financial burden for these children as well. And for people who are victims of domestic violence and abuse as well, you know, they would offer a shorter form. And even after you've earned the settlement, you also have to earn the citizenship, which is also a point-based system. However, there are people who, although they are changing it to 10 years, will still qualify based on how much they've contributed to the UK economy or the UK society, even after a shorter while, okay? So some people will still enjoy a shorter period, just by if they're able to prove that they've done this, they've done that, they've done this, they've done that. And they're going to do a consultation on this particular thing later in the year and, like, you know, come out with specifics later. Basically does that. What are your thoughts? Why is everybody angry? What are your thoughts? Comments below, guys. Is this fair?